Good. Sounds good. And then Eric, are you gonna record this for us or?
Yep, it is recording.
Okay.
Just started.
Awesome, guys. We're letting the people in here this morning and just loving the summer. I love the different seasons. I'm in Colorado and we get all kinds of seasons here. Sometimes all 4 seasons in one day. So I'm loving that. I love the warmth. Tell me something good out there. What's going well? Tell me something good about you, your business, or your life. I want to hear. Who wants to start? George, things going good?
Everything amazing, like always.
Good, 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 good. Great to see you, Kevin and Christina. There's Treva. Yay. Awesome. Well, it's so awesome to see you guys. We're going to kick it off pretty quickly here. I am, so excited to introduce to you guys, if you don't already know him, Derek. Derek, I was thinking we first met, I think it was 2020. It was right before COVID. I was a team leader at another company, leading an office. And Derek was also a Bold coach of this company. Bold is a very long, extensive training on mindset and skill set. I was so impressed with Derek, just as I was with really all Bold coaches. Derek just does a phenomenal job. We didn't get to do that training that time because COVID just shut us down.
Yeah, we were going to start the end of March, right? And everything happened mid-March. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I've just stayed connected with Derek. Of course, Derek's over at EXP now. So I'm going to introduce to you guys. He does really focus in on mindset mastery, which, wow, what a huge conversation that is, and skill set mastery. And today he's going to really talk to us more about the skill set area and gaining mastery over that. He does have about 30,000 hours of professional coaching one-on-one. Do I have that number just even close?
I've had over 30,000 one-on-one coaching sessions with some of the top teams and agents across the country in the last 10 years.
I love it. Also a real estate agent, resides in Idaho, beautiful state of Idaho. So you guys, I hope you can take notes because you're gonna learn something today. You're gonna be able to take something and put it in shoe leather today. I know if I know anything about Derek. So Derek, I'm gonna turn it over to you and I want to give you as much time as possible. So thanks for joining us today, Derek.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jackie. All right, so let's just jump straight into this. I'm going to get right into it because as I was practicing my speech in the shower this morning, I realized I have about 3 hours of information to give you in 30 minutes. I've already had 3 Red Bulls, and this is how this is going to go down. All right, so everybody if you're writing, get ready to write, typing, get ready to type. Here we go. Now, mostly what I want to talk about today is skill set, and I'm going to give you a very simple skill set formula. So what I feel separates the good from the great is the good will identify the goal, a great will identify the skill. So people have worked, they say, Derek, you've had all this interaction with different people of all different brands of brokerages. What separates the good from the great? I'll tell you what I believe the top 4 is. Number 1, it's mindset. Number 2, it's habits, personal and professional habits. Number 3 is time management. And number 4, ever since COVID, I would say focus. Right? Those are the top 4 things that are separating the good from the great. So what I want to focus on today is that simple skill set formula. So let me share this with you. And everybody write this down. The more, I'm not just talking. I'm not just another pretty face. I want you to write this down. This is fully engaging. You don't have to laugh so lot. You don't have to laugh so much there, Jackie. All right. So I want everybody to write this down. What we're going to be talking about today is a confidence competence loop. So this is a confidence competence loop. If you want to simplify it, you could say it's mindset and skill set. So the last time that I was on this call, I talked more about mindset. So I want to talk about skill set. Let's talk about the confidence competence loop. What does that mean? Competence is basically skill set. let's say on a listing presentation, I have not practiced my listing presentation, my skill, my objection handlers. I have not studied the market. I have not truly worked on that CMA. And if I have not built in my skills, I go into the listing presentation knowing I'm not prepared. This fake it till you make it thing, that's BS, and your brain knows it. If you go in, your brain knows you're not prepared, you will come in, your energy will be off. Your body language will be different. And if you are not prepared and you don't have the confidence to defend your commission, and you're not confident in what you can do to help them sell their house in the time frame they need, they're going to be able to tell. They're going to sniff that out. So if you come in without the skills, your confidence level is not there. Now, I will say this as well. Some people have been scared about some changes in the market. And I would say, if you are scared that someone's not going to see your value and pay you what you're worth, the question I would ask is, do you know your value? Do you know your value, and do you know what you're worth? And do you have the confidence to show it and to defend it and talk about it? So let's say you go into listing presentation and you're not prepared. You're not prepared, or someone asks you about commission or about should the price be higher? Will you go down a commission? Do we give stuff on the other side or not? And all of a sudden your body language changes and your eyes go down. It's like, well, I think we should do this. They know the confidence is not there and you don't get it. So you walk away from that listing presentation a little defeated. So there's a confidence. You feel a little defeated. You go in, man, I don't know, things are tough out there. And you worry about things being tough and things you can't control. It's like, I don't know, they just don't like me. And so you feel defeated, so you don't put in the skills. You don't take the classes and the courses and the training. So you're not building your skill set. You go back into another deal and you go, man, things are tough. I hope they don't say no like last time. They say no, you feel defeated. You go in and you're not putting in the work. That is the confidence competence loop. Now it goes the other way as well. You're putting in the work. You're studying, you know the pricing in your area like a ninja master. You know how to price homes better than anybody else. You know how to handle the common listing objections, how to defend your commission. You're putting in the work. You go in confident, like, I can sell your house. You want to be here in 3 days? Boom, I got you. Do you have that confidence? They feel it. You're able to show your skill level above everybody else. You get it. You go, man, I got this. You go confident. You know what? My goal was 25. I'm going to go to 35 now. You build up your confidence, you put in more work, you start building it, and that confidence competence loop can go the other way as well. So, I'm a coach at heart, so I would ask you to do this. If you wrote this down, confidence and competence, I want you to rank yourself on your confidence. Everybody write down your own number, and there's no judgment, right or wrong. When it comes to your confidence in being a high-level real estate agent, give yourself a number on a scale from 1 to 10. And 10 is being high. 10, you are a ninja master. You're confident and you got this. 1 is you want to curl up in a ball. What is your number? And go ahead and write it down. I can see you. I can see if you're not writing down. Now, also write this down. It's about progress, not perfection. Let's say you wrote down a 7. Cool, you're a 7. And sometimes you say, oh, I'm not a 10. How do I get to a 10 overnight? And the brain says, God, it's a struggle to get to a 10. How do I get to a 10 overnight? It's not possible. I'm not even going to try. It's progress, not perfection. How many would you agree? Progress, not perfection. You've been in this business long enough to know.
Yes.
So let's say you're a 7. I want you to write down. I'll give you like 30, 45 seconds to write down. What is the one thing within your control you can do to go from, let's say, a 7 to an 8? Whatever number you wrote down. If you said 5, fine. What's the one thing within your control you can do this week to go, say, from a 5 to a 6? Go ahead and write something down. All right, cool. So this is interactive. I speak live a lot, so I got to make it interactive. Help me out. Who wants to share? Right? I'm sure there's someone on this call struggling, and if you share, it might be able to help them come up with something. So let's help each other out. Who wants to share You don't have to tell us your number, but share, what's the one thing you feel you can do to increase your confidence?
So Derek, this
okay.
time, when I had written down as you were writing that there was a direct correlation for me when I would go on listing appointments. The further I got from my geofarm, the less confident I became. Okay. Because I was most of the time I was selling, there was more than 18 months of inventory. So you really had to price right. When I went further from my farm, the sellers, of course, felt they had their home was worth more than it really was. I wasn't confident enough to stand my ground because I didn't know for sure. And so then I would take overpriced listings as I got further from my farm. Well, guess what? They end up expiring on me as well.
Yeah.
Right. So but to answer your question, what could I do? Of course, I would stay closer to my geofarm, concentrate my business there, but I could hire a coach, I could get a mentor. Those are things that I would do today, that I do today because I'm not practicing, in order to effectively lead my organization at EXP or to build Pro Insight.
I love that. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. So number one, you may write this down as well. Know your standards. One of the biggest mistakes I see in agents is not setting your own standards and expectations. Whatever your standards and expectations are, it may be, anything outside of an hour away, I'm going to refer out. Right? As in, okay, I'm not going to work for less than X%. I'm not going to work Sundays. I'm not going to work after 8. What are your standards and expectations? So like Don shared, he could do one of two things. Number one is, hey, know that outside of this area, it's better and more efficient for me to refer out. And or if you feel like you're struggling in pricing area, great, guess what? You can do a CMA every single day. Do a CMA every single day. And if you want to focus on luxury, do luxury CMAs. You want to focus on this part of town, do a CMA every single day. So here's a quick opinion. I know you didn't ask for it, but I'm going to give everybody a quick opinion. I've seen something on TV and they're talking about, hey, a certain percentage homes across the country, they're lowering their prices. Like, oh, prices are going down. Here is my coaching opinion. 2 years ago, when things were flying off the shelves for most of us, I know there's people from all across the country, but 2 years ago, people were flying off the shelves and a lot of newer agents would say, hey, Mr. Seller, what do you want to sell it for? 700,000? Great, I'll put it on for 700,000. And a lot of times it would sell. Now we have a lot of agents, they are not skilled, ninja masters skilled in pricing homes appropriately. So they're kind of guessing to put it on there. They're really going into what the seller wants, and they're putting up unrealistic prices. And what the market tells us, what the right price is, and they have to bring them down. So they think, oh, the market's coming down, homes are coming down. I think we have a lot of people, a lot of agents pricing them wrong because it was so easy for so long. They're not pricing them right today. I see the gap between average agents and great agents. That gap is widening. So are you putting in the work? If you're not a ninja master on pricing, no judgment, but what are you doing today to do that? So let's jump into that. So once again, confidence, competence loop. Now, last time I talked about mindset, how we can improve that. Today, we're going to talk about how to improve skill set. And it's a very, very simple formula. So I'd like for you to write this down. The formula is the 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 3, 30, 30 program. Pretty simple, right? You guys are going, what the heck? All right. So here's a very simple formula once we start breaking it down. Whenever we want to improve our skill set. Now, once again, what's the first number one? This is your goal. Yes. Oh, okay, Derek, that makes total sense. It's a goal. Everybody thinks the goal is the most important thing. I don't think it's the most important thing. I think it's the first thing. You need to know your goal. If you have a goal and you create a nice pretty vision board, it's on the refrigerator, that's awesome. But you say, oh man, I hope this happened. Hope is not a business plan. If you have that vision board up on the refrigerator, it's like, okay, what are you intentionally doing to make that happen? So number one, what is your goal? The next one, what is the one skill? What is the one skill I need to learn in order to hit my goal? Now, what I love about this formula is you can use this for real estate. You can use it for investing. You can use it for agent attraction. You can use it for health. You can use it for running a marathon. You can use it for anything. So let's say, for example, what is the goal? And remember, when you set a goal, it has to be specific and measurable. The first two letters of the SMART goal, right? So specific and measurable. If you say, hey, I want to grow my business, you might grow it by $1. So be specific and measurable. Maybe you say, I want to do $50 million in volume in the next 12 months. That's specific and measurable. You may say, I want to add 10 agents to my organization in the next 6 months. That's specific and measurable. So you may say, okay, I want to grow my business to 50 million. What is the one skill I need to learn? It may be communication. It may be negotiating. You may be running a team and the skill you want to learn is leadership, or about hiring, creating better systems and models. So what is that one skill? So what's the next three? The next three is books. Identify 3 different books that are going to help you learn that one skill. Now, what a lot of people do, and I've been guilty of it too, is a friend on Facebook says, oh, I read this awesome book. You should get it. You go on Amazon, you get it. And now you have a stack of 15 random books on your nightstand you haven't touched. Anybody else? Anybody? I know I have, right? So Derek, people say, Derek, what book should I get? It says, I have no idea. What skill do you want to learn? So if you say you want to get better at negotiating, what are some books you could get about negotiating, right? Like Never Split the Difference. That's, there's one. If it is about, there's lots of different books. We're talking about communication. If we're talking about, your business, who to go after, the different levels of people. We have lots of great books out there. So the next is 3, let's just call it audio. 3 different pen audios. This may be, okay, maybe I want to learn about, let's talk about leadership. I want to learn about leadership. What are 3 good podcasts? It may be webinars, seminars. It may be audio books. What are 3 different audios that's going to help me? And then the next is, this one is a course, a class, a seminar. So it could be a course, a class, a seminar. Maybe it's, getting into coaching. What's that one event that's going to help you learn this? What did I, oh yeah. And then the 3, this is within 3 months. You're going, oh my God, that's a lot, Derek. Yes, we didn't talk about limping into this. We're talking about being a ninja master. This affects your business. This affects your family. This affects your livelihood. So now I'm going to jump into this one about the course, the class, the seminar and stuff really quick. This is what I know about real estate agents. If I'm coaching with someone and they say, oh, well, I got to take some CE classes here in the next couple of weeks. I can always ask and say, oh, let me guess, all your CE is due at the end of this month. Anybody else wait till the last month to get your CE in? You guys are lying. If you're not raising your hand, you're lying. Most of us do it. I've done it too. And so here in my state, you have 2 years. You have 2 years to get your CE classes in, and everybody waits till the last month. Okay. So let's say you have, the skill is negotiating. Can you find a CE class on there in negotiating? Maybe it's leadership. Can you find a CE class out there in leadership? But everybody waits till the last minute. And this is what I'm going to say. And I'm not going to talk about the NAR changes. I'm not going to dive into it, and it's going to go down a rabbit hole. But this is what I have to say. I spoke to someone yesterday, said, hey, Derek, can you tell me a little about the NAR changes and everything else? I said, sure, I can fill in some gaps. Tell me what you know. I don't know anything. Okay, have you seen any webinars or anything from your brokerage? No. Have you talked to your designated broker? No. Have you talked to your team leader? Yeah, once. Have you watched any podcasts? Have you gone to the NAR website? And people go, no. And it's like, then I'm not going to help you. We've known about this for, what, 7, 8 months. A lot of the brokerages, they've been working on this, and they've had forms out for months and months and months. And the grand majority of agents out there, they're waiting till the last minute. So I would encourage you and challenge you not to wait till last minute. If your goal is to understand this better, then what do you need to read? What courses, classes, seminars, online virtual things you need to do to pick up on this? Do not wait on this. And I want you to write this down, underline it, highlight it, put it in glitter and everything else. Control the controllables. Control the controllables. Can you control what a buyer or seller thinks? Can you control what a buyer or seller says? And can you control what a buyer and seller does? Can you control how you think? Can you control what you say? And can you control what you do? Control the controllables. There's lots of stuff happening out there in the world, right? There's a lot of stuff happening overseas. There's crazy stuff happening here. We got interest rates. We got inventory. There's going to be some changes, and the changes are okay. Control the controllables. We spend a lot of bandwidth and energy on stuff we can't control. Would you agree? So once again, control the controllables. You can control your action steps. You can control how many calls you make a day, how many newsletters you send out, how many posts you make. You can control how much time you spend in your CRM. And I would say this, I could probably look at your CRM, look at your activity list for the last 7 days, and I can tell you if you're on track to hit your goals or not. Good agents dabble in their CRM. The great agents master their CRM. So I would challenge you into that. We call your database your data bank for a reason. There's money in there. So once again, if you're resisting the CRM, dive in, get in there. You can control your action steps. All right, so I'll get off that tangent. So what is the goal? Course class months. Now, the next is 30. I need to set aside 30 minutes in order to read. I got these great books. When am I going to read these books? And
Hey, Derek, what is the one between courses and reading?
Months. Yeah, within 3 months. You need to
Okay.
read, do the audio, the course in class, and do all this within 3 months.
Okay, thank you.
No, thank you. I think we have mistakes sometimes. We always set kind of like these 12-month goals. In the corporate America, usually they do a 1-quarter review, a 1-quarter plan. So that's why I say 3 months. Now read. If we have a goal, we need to block it out. So that's where the time management or priority management comes in. Where am I going to do that 30 minutes of reading? Now, I believe in what we call stacking. So the 30 minutes of reading might be while I'm on the treadmill, right? It might be while I'm on a treadmill. That way I can knock out 2 things at a time. We also got to block out 30 minutes to listen. If I got these podcasts, audio books, when am I blocking out the time to listen? And I believe in stacking with that as well. So the stacking is I might listen to it on a treadmill, or I'm on a run. I'm doing chores. I'm doing dishes. If it takes me 30 minutes to drive into work and drive home, there's your windshield university time, right? So reading, I just asked AI this morning, on average, how many the average person can read how many pages in 30 minutes? They said about 20-25, right? Take that times 30, 30 days, you're reading about 3-4 books a month, right? If you're listening for 30 minutes a day, over 30 days, 15 hours of information you're picking up. And is it random stuff, Facebook stuff, negative news? No, it is learning about a skill that's going to help you improve a goal that's going to affect you and your life. Right. All right. Oh, I haven't taken a breath yet. 25 minutes. I haven't taken a breath yet. Let's see, Don, I listened while I was on a ride, listened to How to Make Better Decisions by Annie Duke. Yeah, see, so he's stacking. Not only is he doing something for his body, he's doing something for his mind at the same time. When people say, I don't have time, how about we substitute 30 minutes of Netflix for 30 minutes of reading, right? How about that? All right, so I'll take a breath. I still have 5 more minutes or so to say, but is there any questions, thoughts, any feedback here really quick before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I have a little bit. Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, I'm Heather. Yeah, I just had a little bit. I have a team, and I just thought that was really useful. Well, a bunch of it. But the confidence loop, when you talked about that, I was thinking, competence also with regard to, like you said, leadership, etc. And sometimes I get so caught up in the day-to-day of managing and running my team and helping them master their CRMs and things like that, I'm not spending the time that I need to at the higher level always. Maybe I'm running the business, but I'm not always going and getting my additional leadership training or whatever. So I used to spend a lot of time on that. And it just reminds me, I need to kind of bring that back in.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. Thank you, Heather, for sharing. John Maxwell, in his book, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, one of the laws is the law of the lid. The law of the lid. Your team is going to grow to the extent that you do, right? And if the team thinks they can grow beyond you, they may leave you. So whatever level of leadership you are, as long as you continue to grow your leadership and your mindset and your skills and everything around you, they're going to fill that void. They're going to grow with you. So I love that, you're willing to do that. Let's go one or two more. Jackie, I know you had your
Yeah.
hand.
Well, I just wanted to say, that the controllables, I've known that for so long. And one thing that struck me when you were talking about it is I find that when I'm in the most maybe stressful times in my life is when I'm trying to control things I cannot control. And I would say when we're facing stress in life, you can usually always boil it down to the stress that you are trying to control the uncontrollable. You can't do it. So I just love that pivot. That was awesome. I wanted to share that.
Yeah, Don.
Hey, Derek.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to add that I think all too often we don't use the practice to build the confidence and the competence, right? Meaning that, that everyone's probably heard that story of the class where they judged you for the entire semester. Your job was to produce one pot of clay, made out of clay, right? And then the other class was given a grade based on the tonnage or the weight of the work that they produced. Well, who do you think ended up producing the nicer piece? Obviously, the one that was judged by the weight, right? And I just think that we so often will aim. And one of the reasons why Tom Daves was the #1 KW agent in the world 7 times is because while everyone else is aiming, he's firing.
Yeah. I agree. I love that. And, I could go back to the Michael Jordan quote when he talks about, I don't know the exact number, but hey, I've missed more than 9,000 shots. I've been given the game-winning shot 23 times and missed. I failed over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. So I would say get out there and get messy. Get out and fail often, right? But it's putting in a skill set, and you're going to know where you need the help, right? And another quick quote: "It's not that you win or lose; it's you win or you learn." Right? If you go out there, you try something that doesn't work, okay, great. But what can you learn from that and improve upon that? If you track your numbers, right? If you track your numbers, you see how many appointments you're getting, how many you're closing, that's a conversion ratio. So is your challenge getting the at-bats or the batting average? That's going to tell you what skill level to go after. So the reason why I like this is so simple is, could this work for real estate? Yes. Could this work for a physical goal? I want to lose 20 pounds in 6 months. I want to have 2 investment properties in a year. I want to have 10 people in my organization in the next 6 months. This is very generic. You can use for personal and professional goals both. I know it seems simple, but you know what? If we make it complicated, we won't do it. Right? That's why I like this simple thing. So that's what I would challenge you to do is, number one, everybody here has a goal. I want you to identify what is the one skill that's going to help you improve upon your goal. So when we talked about the competence loop, everybody wrote down what you rated yourself on a scale from 1 to 10 on confidence. Everybody wrote down what's the one thing you can do to move that needle forward. And I would encourage you to do something about it within the next 24 hours. In coaching, we know when someone sets a goal and takes action with 24 hours, they're more than likely to hit it. So if you said you're going to run a marathon, I'm not saying you're running a marathon tomorrow. It may be, I need to find a plan. I need to find a coach, right? Now the competence, once again, I encourage you to do something on the competence or skill level. The same thing. What are you going to do within 24 hours? You might say, the skill set I want to do is negotiating. Great. Can you identify 3 books, a course or a class, a CE class, a class, an event, a coach that could help you out? So identify within 24 hours something that's going to help the confidence, something in 24 hours that's going to help with the confidence, and get that loop going in the right direction. All right. So Whew, that's my time. I can talk forever, but I have the time limit. I want to respect that time limit. So Jackie, I'll throw it back to you.
Thank you so much, Derek. I really appreciated it. Now, what would someone want, what would they need to do to maybe get in touch with you to learn more about your coaching? What opportunities are in your calendar? What would someone do if they wanted to talk with you about that?
Thank you. I appreciate that. You can go to timewithcoachderek.com. Derek is spelled DEREK. So timewithcoachderek.com. It goes to my Calendarly link. And you can find a thing 30 minutes in there if you want to talk more about this. If I went too fast, I do sometimes. You want to talk more about this or what team coaching or individual coaching looks like. I do have 2 individuals and 1 team spots available. So if you want to find out more what it looks like for you, great. I'm non-denominational. I work with all different brands of brokerages. So I'm just here to help.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Does anybody have any other thoughts or comments before we set you free? Any thoughts? Feedback?
Reminder, I love the confidence loop. That's such a super reminder. It does remind me of when I lacked it in my listing days, but okay, thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh, thank
Awesome.
you.
Well, thanks so much, you guys. We've learned a lot. I would say definitely get something done towards your goal in the next 24 hours on what you wrote down. Because that's probably heavy on your heart right now. And so let's take action on that. In the meantime, you guys have an awesome day. Now, next week, who's on task? Do we know anything about our next call next week?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we're going to have Keith Collins, and Keith is an individual who has really mastered the social media space. He has done it as a lender. He does it in conjunction with his realtor partners, but it has enabled him to generate a tremendous amount of relocation business because his message is reaching across the US. And so we're going to learn about how you can do that in your real estate practices.
Love it. Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so much for the gift of your time this morning. Thank you, Derek. Thanks for sharing what you did. I think we all gained a lot from it. Appreciate that. You guys have an awesome week, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day.
Thanks, Jackie. Thanks,
All
Derek.
right.
See you all
George.
later.
Thanks, Derek.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thanks.
Take care.
Yeah. Bye now.